Alright, take two. Hello there, and welcome back to part two of the Betaheads World Tour. This hopefully is not going to take as many tries. Um, my recording software is all set up, and this should only take one big try. So let's get started. Currently, I am in Zippz Valley. This is really far away from Faraway Village. In fact, it's just south of Spawn. Today we're going to be exploring everything in the southern half of the server and the far southern half, which is actually where I set up my base. So let's get started, shall we? This is a bridge. I don't know if it was built by Zippz or who built it, but very cool. There's only a temporary path to get down, and I'm going to be using it now. Um, oop, this staircase is the actual way down. And when you get here, this is actually the highest expected place you should be able to go, not this dirt path. I believe this was meant to be cleared away eventually, but you know what they say, nothing's more permanent than a temporary solution. So this is, yeah, just a base. I actually don't know much about this place. Zippz Valley and other places are actually some of the places I know the least about. Zippz recently was contacted by Clemente, and it did join again after a long time, but she didn't stay on for long. In fact, she seems to have been gone for so long that some of the buildings that she was planning to build are now left in ruins. So goes to show how what happens if you uh, don't play for too long. This isn't actually by it. Uh, Lucia came around and actually turned many of the buildings into ruins. It's like it gives off the idea that they had been here for so long that they actually started decaying on their own. It's nice once you know the lore. Oh, don't want to be near those guys. Here's a little fun fact. If you press F3 in beta Minecraft, you can actually see where things are located, and it seems like both of them are located down here. Now, if I just pull out my... Oh, what happened here? Oh! Okay. Weird. Uh, but yeah, that's what you can do if you turn on F3 in this version. You can actually, I don't know what it was like this? Whatever. You can actually see where entities are located. I'm pretty sure this was just for bug testing purposes for Notch, where he could see, like, it seems like every entity has an ordinal number, but of course it got abused for. Obviously it got abused as an X-ray to let you see where mobs are located and see if they're alive or not, because once they die they lose their number. But yeah, I'm glad it got removed in very soon after this. So that was Zippz Valley. You can see how pretty it looks. I believe this is Lucia's village. And Lucia's birch grove. Please replant. Please replant. Oh, got my tongue tied in a knot there for a second. I think this is the end of the village, so I'm going to turn back now. And yeah, you can see how quaint this place looks with the windmill overlooking the whole grove. There's actually a nether portal over there. You can't actually come in through this nether portal. You can only exit. Um, nether portals work differently in their version. They're a lot more finicky. They take a lot more. I believe this is um, Zipp's actual house. Um, because I saw it go in there for a when she joined recently. Uh, Gosh, where I'm getting so lost here. Where's the path to leave this place? It must be. I think it's up here. Yep. Oh, I must have missed it. um, we're heading out of Zipp's Valley and Lucia's village now. We are heading to the pyramid, and you know what they say about pyramids. They sure are things with four triangles and a square base. That is not what they say about pyramids. Nobody says that about pyramids. Uh, I don't know what I was. Anyways, uh, here are a couple of secluded areas where people have set up their settlements. Um, huh. I forget which. Is this is this Calm 1? Is this just Minecraft from the Volume Alpha soundtrack? I think it is. I recall playing this on the piano when I was much younger and more naive. Yeah, so I never actually explained. I started playing Minecraft. Gosh, not since 2011. No, that would have been far too young for me. I would have been like a infant. No, I'm just kidding. But I actually started in earnest, I believe, in 2014, 2016. I know I started like about a year or two before Minecraft Pocket Edition shut down because that's uh, the version that's the version of the game that I started with. And then I just stayed with Pocket Edition for a while longer. And yeah, I got a Java account eventually. It wasn't actually my own. It was actually my brother had a friend and he said he wasn't using his Minecraft account as much anymore and honestly he shouldn't have trusted us, but he gave us his login details and we actually played on that on Mineplex for a couple years. He got like well, I don't think he got anything on that account. Uh, Eventually we did buy our own uh, Java accounts, just one. And if you go to um, my account on NameMC, you can actually see that the username was registered around that time. Uh, since it was only one account, it was just meant to be my brother's account. I was borrowing it from him. That's why the username in Minecraft is PigHunterExtreme. That was the username he went by, and I actually went by Nerdcorpse. I still do. Uh, Not changing after about nearly 10 years at this point. Um, but yeah, uh, that's why it's called Pig Hunter Extreme because both he and I actually liked Minecraft pigs when we were younger. Not the actual pigs, no. We live in a city, so we rarely see them. Recently, we actually went to a farm and got to see pigs in real life, and man, they are just these fat beasts that actually roll around in the dirt. It's really cute. I'm so glad we got to go to that farm, like just a couple months ago. I took an awesome photo with one. I think it's. I wonder if while editing, I can put one on screen. If this is the take I end up using, that would be really funny. Um. Anyways, what you saw there was the pyramid in the Colosseum. Not much to say there. We're currently underneath a man-made um, dam. Man-made as in not only the dam is man-made, but also the water, I believe, is uh, custom as well. And now we exit the dam. You can see how long it runs for. And over here, you can actually see, coming into view, my first base on this server. This is where I built this before I even had iron tools. I'm very proud of this base. It's actually based off a design that I built in a modern Minecraft server. It's based off a design by Yondis. Um, I think I can link it below. It's just a YouTube tutorial. As you can see, starter Roman house of PigHunterExtreme, July 18th, 2025. I still left everything here, just took everything out of it because I do have a new place of residence on the server now. I do seem to have left all the materials for um, if I were to respawn here, I could immediately pick up stuff and retrieve where I died, the items from where I died. That's always necessary if you're playing on a Minecraft server. Over here is my mine. I stopped using it once I realized that I was, like I mentioned in last video, I was constantly mining into old chunks and pissed me off how many times I just mined into someone else's tunnel. I still don't know where they start and end. They really do not label those things. Um, but yeah, this is I really like Roman architecture. Uh, if my college offered architecture classes, I would take them gladly. Uh, but it doesn't, so that's why I'm an English major. That's why I can um, come up with so many turns of phrase. Guess things work out in the end. Um, Still hoping for that uh, opportunity for architecture though. So bye bye starter house. I probably won't be seeing you for a long time. Um, because I probably won't have a reason to go there after this tour is over. Over here you can see Bridgemere Castle. This is actually one of the first builds on this castle, believe it or not. As big as it is, most of it was actually finished in March of 2024. And we know this because of people who were online at the time. They took screenshots of it in February and fully rendered it in March. Um, for reference, some of the oldest builds on the server. I can also link other world tours that other people have done. This isn't exactly a world tour, but uh, Misha, the creator of the server, actually recorded a video on Betaheads. It's this ridiculously long, uncut recording. It's barely a tour at all. It's just uncut gameplay of him building his starter house at Spawn Town. I don't know if I'll show it. You know what? Let's take a detour and show it off, why don't we? Just so you have a feeling for uh, how the creator of the server builds. I don't know why I talk about the creator of the server so much. I don't actually know him. Maybe it's because I have such a connection to this server now after playing it for so long that I have to owe it to the guy who manages everything that's um, presented before me, sort of like how Roblox users uh, hold up highly the name of what John Bazooki, or how Geometry Dash players hold up highly the name of Robert Tapala, aka Rob Top, our beloved Swedish man. So this is Aiden's castle in his bed. You can't actually sleep here, but it does have a very pretty diamond ore block. Don't know how long it must have taken him to put that there. Also, despite this being a medieval castle, it does have modern furnishings, as you can see by this TV. And yeah, that's the castle. This is actually a very useful portal. This is one of the few portals that actually is correctly linked to one in the Nether. But I'm not going to take that. We're going to be ending the first half of today's part the uh, in the settlement Lavender Cove, actually, which is not correctly linked. I think that drops me off in the Summer Palace portal. So it only goes one way. Despite being a community portal, a lot of portals in the overworld lead to the same portals in the Nether. That's what I meant about them being so finicky in this version. At least in modern versions, so long as you divide by 8 and place them at relatively the same y coordinates, uh, there's no problem. But here, gosh, you can never, you can never seem to predict their generation. Over here is Bridgetown. Uh, Actually, we're going to be walking over to, not sure where we want to go. Maybe we'll just come back to this stop in a second, because I do want to show off Fort Villarrica next. But maybe we can take a detour and show off Alder Hotel and Misha's house. I think that would be splendid. Over here we can see some foliage. This is just tall grass. It's not saplings. This is just. Actually, no, these aren't tall grass. Back in older versions, when they just added ferns, they generated in the same spots that grass did, tall grass. So it's not actually. Gosh, why is this path so weird like this? Anyways, they generated in the same spots that tall grass would. And it wasn't until later that I think they separated out. Ferns grow here and tall grass grows there. This is actually Alder Hotel, one of the more recent builds on the server. I think was built in like May. Drop by here for just a nice room. I really like the penthouse on the top floor. Uh, it's it's like even in Minecraft, just living there feels like it would be very cozy. Ah, what a nice what a nice place to settle. Look at this view also. Wow. Yeah, I had to use the fast clouds setting because otherwise it just makes the clouds look weird with this texture pack on. Glad I did. It looks pretty nice like this. You didn't uh make the top go out enough so you just bump your head when you go down. Ow, 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 ow. Over here should be the rest of Spawn Town. It's called that because, well, it's close to Spawn, but uh, what SrHertron calls it, and I know this because I watch his videos with auto translate captions on, is uh, he calls the portal to Spawn Town the Pick Portal, because I don't know if you can see it now. There it is. Yeah, it's just a giant wooden pickaxe next to the portal. I actually renamed the sign like that in the Nether. Now it says Spawn Town, aka the Pick Portal, as a nod to his how he's changed the course of this server. A lot of the current members joined because of SrHertron actually, including Nickman, who joined in mid 2024 because of him, including Mosu, who joined in May 2025 and actually gave me my first world tour of this server. And I believe if we go up here, there should be a path down and we can view Misha's house. The opening should be, yeah, it's right here, and then we can just walk down this hill just over yonder. You can, I don't know if that's it or not. It seems to not be, but there is a pillar here. You know how in the Minecraft guides that they made in the release versions, they have Paul Soares Jr. saying, you know, make a pillar of blocks really high up so you don't get lost. Do people actually still do that? I don't know. I think I still do that. I just put a big sign nowadays that just says Pig's Base pointing down at where I live. But anyways, right in front of us is actually Misha's house. Uh, His video's from January. So there was basically no one, and they all lived in Spawn Town. This was basically where everyone lived. None of what I showed in the previous video was there, but I like the style a lot. Feels very homely. I don't know if I'm allowed to explore his house or not, but well, boo-hoo, I'm already here, so yeah. Take that. Ugh, empty. Is there a attic? Yes, there is. Here's where he puts his bed and books that he reads. Nice house. In that video, it's basically a skeleton, as far as I could tell. I skipped around in that. No way am I watching a 5 hour long video for this. Even I have my limits, you know. I'm only human. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Gosh, I gotta stop uh launching into singing uh random singing just because I can. Just because I can doesn't mean I should. Alright, let's jump up here, find a way to get to this rail line and make our way to Fort Villarrica, our original destination. Oh, wrong way. This goes to the Colosseum, which we just saw earlier. Oh yeah, I forgot. Some of these stops actually have note blocks that play when you pass by them using they use detector rails and you hear that? Yeah, that's a it activated an uh it created a redstone signal which activated a note block. That one's broken. Some of these are broken. That one in particular is. So the sun sets over another fine day on Betaheads. I wonder if these tour videos are too long. Are you guys fine with these videos being this long? I mean, I know I sure try to condense them down as much as possible. There's really no way to show everything on this server without taking a lot longer than would have been possible in old YouTube. What, did old videos used to be like 20 minutes long or something? Thank God. Hey, 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 hey! Come back! Ah, it's lost. Good thing I have an extra minecart. I'll go catch up with it later. Hopefully I don't. Yep, got it this time. I picked up my arrow as well. You know, arrows in this version, if a skeleton happens to shoot the minecart, sorry, the rails that you're riding on, entities block all other entities. So a skeleton's arrow can just just full on dead stop a minecart in its tracks. It's so funny, but pissing me off so bad. Like funny once you think about it, but you never want it happening to you. No. Ow. Why does that hurt me? Sometimes that happens. You just like glitch into a block and take half a heart of damage. Here's Fort Villarrica. There's a nice flag. I believe on the dynamic map this is marked by a red flag. Just yeah, just under that flag. Over here we're going to be taking a side route through um, through the back. I know we didn't spend much time there, but really there's nothing to see. It's just a fortress with some farms and um, someone's base. Let's sail over to Yotsuba's summer palace, who actually, uh, first of all, yes, Yotsuba, the anime character that's the mascot of 4chan. I don't know if that has any connection. I'm not pointing fingers. Making, I'm just saying what I know. But also, the player who goes by Yotsuba is actually a dad, remarkably enough. So he built the summer palace. I imagine after this many years in life, you must become good at playing video games, right? I mean, I played on a lot of Minecraft servers that adults play on as well. Not too many, but just enough to know that they build pretty damn well. And this is uh, a pretty damn good place with a lot of pretty good, damn good builds. It's built in the Oriental style, so lots of Japanese pagodas here and there. Um, I'm actually going to show off a sign. I know Nickman pointed it out to me in the past. AFK a little for you actually has a more significant meaning than just he was here. It actually is because most of this place was terraformed, and this grass, I don't know if you can see, it's custom, but it was dirt originally, so we AFK'd here so that the dirt would spread, and now it looks like this, which is awesome. It's also another recent build. He only built this like a couple months ago, before I joined. I don't know what these are supposed to be, but here are all three wood types. Here they are. And over here is actually, I know that the player who goes by the name Yotsuba is a father because this is allegedly his daughter's build. This is a water park built by Luca. And I'm not going to show this off. Hopefully I know it's hard to see at night, but yes, there are water slides here. You can sort of see it winding down as sort of a shadow. Actually, I'm gonna ask him to sleep. Yeah, I know YouTube. Frick. Gosh dang. Where can I sleep? That's not outside. Gosh. I know what to do. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Oh my god. Where the... Okay. Bro, that just spawned me in the stone. Gosh dang it. Alright, I'll just leave it like that. Ah, I don't want that skeleton to see me. I'm making my way over now to Lavender Cove. I don't know how long this video will end up being. I know I said half an hour, but this is actually taking a lot more windy path than I expected. But with exploring Spawn Town a bit more, since I didn't get to show that off really. I don't know who built these uh, unfinished houses. Reminds me of modern Roman ruins, except they wouldn't be colored light blue like this. Alright, here at the sign, you should be able to see, welcome to Lavender Cove. Here you can see late for dinner space. It's this huge maze of a building, but stick with me and you won't get lost. She actually had the most popular world tour video of this server for a long time, but I believe recently she privated it. So currently it's SrHertron. I'm actually lost my... Okay, here we go. Like currently it's SrHertron's video, which sits at 2K views. He also does a lot of live streams, so if you speak Spanish and you're in the mood for watching someone play in old versions of the game, drop by and I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Also, wow, this is I always have my breath taken away when I look up here. It's such a good vantage point. You can see the Summer Palace in the distance. There it is, fully rendered in view. I suppose they were trying to build a skeleton statue for a skeleton farm. They never finished it though. Lavender Cove hasn't been populated for a while, even though late for dinner. That's spelled late with three fours and then dinner. Uh, joined just a couple of weeks ago. She spent the bulk of her time playing in 2024, and so this place is practically as beautiful as it is. It's a ghost town. All right, let's make our way down now. I believe yes, the staircase is down here. I always love to see how players uh, approach interior design. Here's a little artificial overhang, I think. Beta does come up with amazing terrain generation, though. That's one of the few distinguishing features about this update. It's terrain generation. Although I do feel like terrain generation really wasn't good after this. After this, it just became a lot flatter, which led to more opportunities for mega bases. Uh, Finding a place for my Basilica would have been far easier in, for instance, Beta 1.8, when they added creative mode and sprinting. Gosh, who knows where Minecraft would be without those. Um, and then they just completely changed the way mountains generate with the Caves and Cliffs update. Now I think it's worse. Like, I completely hate going up a giant mountain, and then I don't even hear C4W18 music, which is fine. I mean, But then you start sinking into powdered snow, like, damn, I wish I brought leather boots with me. But I usually don't, which makes it all the worse when I just, like, start freezing to death in that frigid wasteland atop that mountain. Over here, we're going to Tenvar. This is a town created by M-Rain. Um, Stylized in... I have no other way to describe it. It's like a Homestuck typing quirk. Welcome to Tenvar. Anyone is free to build in the settlement. Just make sure the build fits the vibe of this place somewhat. By M. Enjoy your stay. So yeah, build with um, white wool roofs and spruce logs. In this version, they're just called wood. Me when I wake up and I have my... Okay. Anyways, here's a spider farm. They actually just... There's a spawner down there and drowns them to death. Here's M-Rain's Hexahedron of Harmony. I think this is a very... I've spent some time here talking to someone in chat while just like having nothing to do, so I was just parkouring around here like on like what looks like a soft, you know, the soft beanbag chairs. I actually have one right next to me. Um, yeah, real cozy stuff. Over here we have a bridge. But before we go there, we could read some of the messages that people have left. People leave a lot of messages when they visit places. So let's go from oldest to newest. Ruben Fisher was here. Sapien Sane was here too. That's one of the PechGarage founders. So was Red. The server looks sick. Balalan22 from August 2024. Aiden says hi on behalf of Bridgetown. That was very recent. I'm sorry, was it? Yes, it was. Beautiful Winter Town by Basil Boy. Very Cozy Snowy Village by Refo On. That's another one of the PechGarage founders. I concur with Refo On, me, when I came here. Bottom text. Dude, she's so funny! Dude, she literally, when she joined, the first day she literally could not stop saying memes. It like it was kind of like annoying, but I really like that about the way she just has a lot of memes to say. That's kind of awesome. I didn't want to say that at the time, but I think it could. It's just really funny. I don't I don't mean to be laughing at her. I'm laughing with her. I hope she finds it. Um, yeah. This is Clemente's winter house. There's some building blocks in here. I believe there's yeah, full of bricks. I mean, if you just say a bunch of memes, that's fine. Just don't expect that other people don't also know what they are. Like, we're all terminally online. We all get memes. I understood everything you said. You didn't need to clarify. Anyways, this is actually my base. This is my Tenvar house, the one I actually use and live at. Hold on, let me drop off some random junk I carried on me. Here are my three dogs. Say hi to them. I actually haven't named them. I'm actually gonna name you today. Let's call you. Gosh, what are some cool names for three dogs? How about um, I'll call you Caesar. I'll call you um, Pompey, and I'll call you Crassus. How about that? First triumvirate buddies. Over here is my Germanic medieval house slash storehouse. Um, I actually had this design for what was originally going to be my starter base before I built the Roman one. It looked like ass, so I decided to repurpose it for my storehouse, especially once I actually had all the materials to build it. I don't know why I decided wool flooring was a good idea when I didn't even have cactus, um, cactus green. But anyways, this is pretty easy to use. Just gotta go um, on some trapdoors and stuff and away from them in order to actually, yeah, reach some of the higher places. Over here, alright, I think it's all sorted. I should probably grab some more food for the road. I mean, this is already taking long enough, why not? You know? Let's enjoy the ride! You don't always get the opportunity to do a world tour. Over here is a board where that saying from the beginning really holds true. This is supposed to be a temporary board listing off all the locations I could think of to um, tour. Some of them I visited, some of them not. For example, we skipped on Girleski's side in the guild because even though they are pretty and I would highly recommend visiting them, I think I'll include some screenshots of the guild on screen now. It's so far away that half the video, I swear, would have been just walking there and then taking the minecart back from it. Uh, Dancing Iron Golem. Flick the lever to make him dance. It's on a redstone clock. Okay. I gotta ask him to sleep again. Yeah, we tell each other ZZZ instead of can you please sleep because uh, again the language barrier. Nearly half of the speakers on this server are English speakers. Nearly half of them are Spanish, and then we have the assorted motley crew of Bulgarians and Russians and Poles. The server owner actually tried to get a large Russian player base on the server. Unfortunately, he couldn't because there wasn't language support for all the Russian Cyrillic characters. Gosh, he's taken forever. Oh, is it daytime already? Nice. Let's see if I can snipe this guy. Missed that shot. Let's go. statue of Otto by PigHunterExtreme. PigHunterExtreme's mine. 9 minutes, 15 seconds walk one way. Yeah, so I built this path first. I built this rail line later, and here you can see my skin, my beautiful, beautiful custom skin. I actually designed this myself recently. I actually know how to edit image files, and I was so excited once I created my skin. I called my character Otto, that Otto, like the dog, like it's actually named after Germa's dog. This is supposed to be a sort of cybernetic dog character who wears a suit with a vest and jeans. It's actually an outfit I have in real life, as a matter of fact. Uh, but yeah, I was so excited when I created him that I just decided to build him in the server once I moved here. And it took so much wool. I actually AFK'd at the spider farm overnight, um, much to the dismay of my parents, that I would so wastefully use our home's electricity like that. It's fine, right? I mean, everyone has overnight AFK sessions at their um, at their Minecraft farms. But over here, even though this rail line does take us to my mine, I don't think it's that remarkable of a build. Ugh, that happens sometimes. Yeah, there's no way around this. Sometimes Optifine just this happens in Optifine when you're loading too many chunks too quickly, and this is especially bad because I have a far render distance. It allows you to see stuff like where lava lakes are and where mobs are. You can probably spot some dungeons if you look hard enough. I don't want to use it for that. It just breaks the immersion for me. Oh well, what are you gonna do about it? It's the end of the tour. I might as well just keep this taken. Um, if everything goes well, which I fingers crossed. I hope it does. It's better not be like take 4 of uh, part 1 of this uh, pair of videos where I fully explored from start to finish everywhere you saw in the final tour, but then the video corrupted because because it ran out of memory, and so it had a memory leak. Okay, so now you can see the Basilica coming into view. But yeah, um, I I decided after that to uh, use nostalgia to my advantage, and so I looked up what the graphic settings of video recordings were in 2011, and I saw they were 2 by 3 resampled 30 FPS, and I was like, that's a great idea. I'm gonna record like that, and now here we are. Minecraft Beta Roman Basilica by PigHunterExtreme, finished August 16th, 2025. Dirt clear by Sapien Sane, Cubson XD, and Bount NG. Gold ore supplied by Mosu. And here's the inside. The ancient Romans actually used basilicas as town halls, so if you will, ignore the bed and the chest, but imagine, if you will, a podium which a politician is standing on and giving speeches to uh, an anticipating crowd sitting in foldable chairs. I don't know if it'd actually be like that. That's how a town hall actually functions nowadays. Over time, these were all converted into churches, which is why the two words are not synonymous. After all, with this large and spacious of a build, you could basically say that it was reaching towards the heavens, and so they did. This apse is made of gold ore. You can see a lot of pillars and pilasters, arches, which are so common in the Roman style, and light blue windows. Um, Nickman, if you're watching this video, hi. I know we talked about making these light blue windows uh, ice. It would look fantastic. I don't deny that. It would take so much more effort than I'm willing to do for just windows. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry if that's how you're learning about this info. I'm not telling you directly. You gotta find this yourself. But yeah, that's the end of the tour. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Betaheads, and hope to see you online if this inspired you to join. All right, see ya. Bye now.